Okay, hello everybody. Hi Dana, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you, Amelia?
Doing well. We've been all sort of purging in different ways over here, and a lot of my clients are as well. So I know you've been experiencing some of that too, but yeah, it seems like we're in some new energies right now with the solstice, and um, now we're in spring, even though it's been 85 degrees the last 2 days,
Wow.
which is that's like July weather for us.
Mhm.
So we're sweating in Colorado, but you guys always sweat down in Florida, right?
Yeah, we've actually had some cooler weather, hence the jacket. So it's been a complete juxtaposition between where you live and where I live in Florida. So funny.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just put the intention behind that as just new earth shifting
Hmm.
to what we're meant to be with
Yeah.
that. But yeah. So, yeah, just I guess let's jump right into what you're experiencing and then we'll tie it into what I'm seeing and I
Hmm.
know it's going to piggyback on what you as the audience is also experiencing. So, tune in to see what we talk about here.
Yes, yes. So every 6 months, I try to have make the time and make the space for a water fast. So today I'm on my third day, third and last day, and it ends at sundown or dinner time. So I'm excited. But this one was the easiest one I've done in a while. And I believe it's because we are so much more crystalline. I've also
Mhm.
been clearing a lot of the energies and allowing the light from source, the light from God to come in and flush through me. And also the solar plexus, brightening that up a little bit. So I'm feeling like I can handle it more. The first water fast I did was not easy. The first day was grueling. I had that hangry feeling, and I was just, don't touch me, don't test me. And I was very triggered. And this is probably my fourth one in a couple years. So it gets better as you go along. Disclaimer, we're not doctors, so we're not promoting fasting, water fasting. There's a lot of different ways to fast. You can juice fast. You can also eat just one type of fruit or fruit fast. I did a watermelon fast a long time ago. That was fantastic for 3 days, just watermelon. But what I can say about what I have experienced is that I am testing the crystalline body that we're creating right now because the crystalline body can handle fasting. My breakfast is walking on the ground barefoot outside. My lunch is going for a walk in the sun. And my dinner is breath work. And my snacks throughout the day is breath work. And of course, I am drinking my water. So as we move into this new era of awakening, new consciousness, the ascension, we get to test our crystalline body to see what it's capable of. So if you are able to do a water fast, there are some who cannot. People that have been diagnosed with diabetes, women that are breastfeeding or pregnant, and there's a whole other gamut that I'm not even aware of where you really do not need to do a fast. It wouldn't be, it wouldn't be something that's smart from a clinical perspective. But if you can do one, and it doesn't have to be extreme like a water fast, but try it and learn how to test your body. And I feel like we are coming into a space where the only thing in the way of what we think we are capable of is our mind. Because that's really the only thing in the way of me thinking that I can do a water fast versus not. Or, jumping into a med bed in the future. It's all up here.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to share today, and along with other purging that we can discuss.
Yes, and I'll piggyback on that too. I'm seeing a lot more of our capacity for processing the big energies with the expansion of our crystalline self.
Mhm.
And so there have been many souls, many people who are wanting to do more of the cleansing and um, just having the more capacity because I've not always had the capacity to do fasting with just my old self and many adrenal crashes and things in the past, but now
Mhm.
integrating these beautiful energies coming in, plus being able to continue to cleanse out all the lower, older frequencies is much easier. Again, ask your body what is for your highest good always. And that's the most important thing, to tune into your higher self and say, what is the best for me? Not just to do it on a whim.
Mhm.
Um, but in a similar note, I have noticed a lot more crystalline capacity and integration. And then with that comes just natural purging. So
Yeah.
for me, I've been doing more of an intense parasite thing, you know,
Yep.
just cleansing and hitting those from all angles.
Mhm.
Just any residue as I let go of some other things that I'm personally working on for healing. Because the same prism light healing that I do for clients, I do for myself and my family. And so just supporting the whole body. But I've done really well with a short term juice fast when I do it all at home for myself. And I just tune into which fruits and vegetables to use to help my body work better. And that's probably going to shift even as we are now crystalline. Last time I did it was 2 years ago, other than cleansing in between. But um, yeah, it's just really important to just tune into your frequencies, how you are integrating all of the beautiful light and what it needs to be supported. Like, I love how you said grounding was your breakfast.
Yeah.
It's
That's where we're
lovely.
at. Yeah.
Yeah. And now that it's warm here, it's a lot easier to every day put my feet on the ground versus the snowy days, which some people do, and good for them.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they can do that. And then getting that sunshine, those light codes, just allowing that. And then amplifying your soul energy because it affects everybody around you
hmm
too.
It totally does. Yeah. And purging can come in so many different ways for us. Some people have
Mhm.
fevers. Some people are going through purging through one end of the body instead of the other end, if you know what I mean. Going to
Yep.
the bathroom a lot. And yeah, it could just be a myriad of things. But whatever it is, make sure you are gentle with yourself while you're going through
Mhm.
it. I made sure that I wasn't around a lot of food. My husband covered up his dinner one night, so I didn't have to see it. And I got the water that I really wanted from the grocery store. And
Mhm.
I did need minerals. So the water has minerals in it. It is spring water. And also lemon juice with a little bit of salt in it. I did
Mhm.
that at night when I felt like I needed something. And I kept drinking tea without anything in it. So like burdock root tea, but with absolutely
Mhm.
nothing in it. So it's like it is like water.
Mhm.
So it's anything that works for you. What is going to work
Yeah.
for you? What is going to get you to that next level? And not just physically, but mentally. What
Mhm.
can you what can you handle? What can your body handle? Don't push it to the limit. It's okay to be very gentle. This has probably been the easiest, most gentlest water fast that I've done because
Mhm.
I picked the time ahead of time. The kids are not running around. My parents they have the kids for the week because it's spring break here.
Us
And
too.
yeah, exactly. And it's just something that worked. So
Mhm.
and that's a part of purging. Make sure it works for you. Find a way to purge and where it works for you. We're at the end, we're done with the year of the snake, but we're still feeling the entrails of shedding.
Yeah.
So even though we're in the fire horse energy for the Chinese astrology right now. hmm
Mhm. Yeah, we've had so many energetic shifts since I would say late December to now, and so many things happening at one time, kind of how the retrograde ended today, as well as the solstice starting. We had a new moon. Da, 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 da. I'm sure there's more, and that's okay. Like, we're able to handle it more. And so, with this, all this new energy and how it's been culminating, um, yeah, it does create those open portals for us to purge what we need to. So just surrendering to allow, as I always say, whatever's meant to be for you to come in, whether that be awareness of what kind of cleanse do I want to do, or what kind of practice do I want to grab onto, or maybe the purging is just purging all the stuff in your home you don't need any longer. I've been doing little bits of that as I'm guided, and have the time with kids and this, the whole thing. Just so even if I do 20 minutes here, an hour and a half here, what new programs can I create for myself? Can I get out of these old ruts of looping and old behaviors, thought patterns? Um, Maybe it's even allowing yourself to be trampled on, you know, being used by other people, a lot of people pleasing things. We can clean that up too and just allow for all the new, highest version of yourself, 5D and beyond realities that we are capable of.
Mhm.
So the future is bright.
That's right. I love that you said that you're cleaning, clutter clearing in the house as well.
Mhm,
Because purging
mhm.
doesn't have to be just one way. Purging
Yeah.
could be deleting emails that you've had since
Mhm.
2019 and 2017. I have some of those and I've been going through them today, going through your phone and deleting pictures or screenshots that you don't need anymore. And then, of
Yes.
course, clearing out the computer, clearing out the things that are intangible along with the
Mhm.
tangible items, like your closet. That
Yeah.
is all purging, and it's a beautiful thing. And cleaning too. It is springtime, so spring cleaning, there's a reason that is important. That's actually a thing. Hmm.
Right. And it also kind of reminds me of that nesting phase of pregnancy, right? When you want to have all your ducks in a row, everything's put together, you're all ready for the next phase.
Yeah.
Because I know was it the video? Richard said it in one of the videos. Maybe you were on that one. I don't recall.
Yeah.
About the crowning energy. Like we are just at this precipice energy. Now we have been for a while, but for about 5+ years, we were in the birth canal, right? So now is the time to just be embracing all the new and just so excited for it too.
Mhm.
So even if you choose to do a cleanse and it's not necessarily comfortable, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Just embracing that and allowing what is meant to come through from that too.
Yes, yes, that's right. Yeah, I think Richard did that with Venus, Jupiter conjunct masculine energy coming in. I think he did that
Yes.
weekend. Hi, Richard.
Hello, Richard.
And that was
Yes.
that was a wonderful example of the crowning. I'm glad you brought that up.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So many metaphors we can use for this time too. But um, I don't know. Let's see. Uh, like if you're feeling stuck and you feel like you don't know which direction to go, it's of course more than helpful to ask for support from someone you trust too. I think that's important. People feel very isolated sometimes if the people around them aren't awakened, but just use the resources you have to try to jump out. I mean, that's why I think I was guided to do my group healing session tomorrow, but I was like checking all the dates, and they were very adamant. My higher self was just like, no, it has to be there. And turns out it is going to be like there's big energies coming through. But again, we can handle it so much more easily now than 5 years ago, even a year ago. So it's amazing.
It is. It's so interesting. Yeah, I've said this before on a video, but if you were to time travel back to the 1980s or even the 1950s, the people there would see you as a glowing body of light because that's how much we've jumped. That's how crystalline we are. That's how elevated we are. And so when we finally get to welcome our galactic brothers and sisters, they may at the beginning seem like a glowing body of light, which is beautiful, but that's how much light they're able to take on. I read somewhere that we come in with either 6 to 9%, our generation, of light quotient. That's how much
Mm,
percentage of the soul that our soul that we can bring down. So the fractals, basically.
yes.
And the children coming in now, they have up to 20%. So they're bringing in and they're able to hold more light. And because of Atlas, all the purging, all the things we've been doing, we're able to get to those higher percentages. So it's a beautiful thing, clearing out your Akashic records, all the work you do with your clients, Amelia, all of that is helping incrementally. And it doesn't happen in one day. So yeah, you do have to get that momentum going. Just with a water fast alone, the first day you're hangry, the second day you get a little bit of energy, and on the third day, autophagy happens. And this is where the body goes and cleans up. It's like a spring cleaning inside the body. The body goes and cleans up all the free radicals, all the debris, all the cells, all the broken cells. It starts to eat everything. And today is like the most important day. If I could do a 5-day fast, I would, but I'll get there one day. But it's
Yes.
really important to get to the autophagy stage. And I think that's where we're at in the group
Hmm.
training. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot that's just being bubbled up to the surface to be cleared, and that's being cleaned up, however it is for you. Um, and then you said something about, it was so interesting to piggyback on what you said about even going back to the 1980s, because in a session today, I mentioned, imagine what the density would have felt like in the 30s and how intense that could have been. She's like, oh, you're right, and how the veil is clearing out so that we can see more of that light. And I said, well, as soon as we start, we're already so much closer to matching the frequency of those other beings. And so we're just really close to being able to, I mean, not match, but get close enough to, like you said, see that light. Or sometimes if I'm not, looking directly on, I'll see kind of a whoosh off the side, or like translucent fairy energies or whatever you're seeing. Maybe you guys already see that. Some of you are really good at seeing that with your naked eye, quote unquote. So it's
Yeah.
just amazing.
That is amazing. And even the television shows that were captured on recording, the ones in the 50s, they feel heavy. And then as you gradually get to today's date, it feels a little bit lighter as you go along. But even like 1980 videos and movies, when you watch them, they feel
Mhm.
heavy. Yeah, I watched Fantasy
Yes.
Island recently with, where they go onto the island and they do their fantasy, the little guy saying, they plane." And it was interesting to watch, but it was so heavy. It was crazy heavy. I just watched it on YouTube, just because I was doing research, but really funny
Mhm.
how things feel
Mhm.
so different as we move forward.
That is interesting because I'm not drawn to as many of the 80s movies anymore. Of course, I love the 90s. It's more nostalgic for me and
Mhm.
it is lighter. So I tend to rewatch a lot of the ones I know have a lighter energy, especially if I just want background noise while I'm, knitting or doing other work. And I didn't even think about the heaviness of when it was created. I didn't just stop and think about that. So
Yeah.
same with music, right?
Hmm. Yeah, we saw like a heighten with the Mozart and Beethoven, and that was obviously Tartarian, now that we know what we know. And then
Hmm.
we felt that dip when they went from 432 hertz to 440 hertz. And you can
Hmm.
feel it in the music. That's right. But I'm
Yes.
definitely seeing a vision of us going back to that high vibe, high frequency music
Hmm.
as we move forward. Hmm.
And people are starting to pave the way for that right now. Several musicians are tuning their frequencies to back to 432. So I need to figure out how to get my cello and piano tuned
Ooh,
to those frequencies. I don't know how to go about that yet, um but we'll get there.
yeah.
So
So, any words of advice that you have, Amelia, on what you've been teaching clients, what you can offer right now with the purge?
yeah, I would say it's really just paying attention to, as Richard calls, the glimmers. What is your higher self trying to show you right now?
Mhm.
What are you creating to? So that's kind of, they're two separate but two kind of connected things. Like, okay, so you have this person in your life who continues to do X, Y, and Z, like towards you. And okay, what am I meant to stop, learn, heal, clear
Mhm.
from that situation? What do I need to let go of? Um, Or even like, what are some of the small ways I can start stepping out of that 3D even? Um, how can I make stronger connections with higher vibrational souls?
Mhm.
Um, how can I incorporate just those new habits that maybe you're not used to, even if it is 3 minutes in sunshine? You
Yeah,
know, training your face to receive, your eyes to receive more of that light from that. Maybe it's finally letting go of that sugar habit, like
right.
maybe it's that. I'm speaking to my daughter, about that one. Um, just how can you just really bring full restoration to body, mind, soul? And it's just little bits at a time. You don't have to make an overnight shift.
Mhm.
None of us have had to do that. We've had bigger pushes throughout our lifetime, but just pick one thing. Some people get overwhelmed. Some people want to tackle them all at once, and just pick the one thing, 1 to 3 things that are doable for you to start creating the new for you, and just higher frequencies and let go of all those old timelines.
Right. Yeah,
And
write
just
it
one
down.
thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's so good. I want to touch on what I've been doing recently, and then I want to ask you about the prism light therapy that you offer.
Hmm.
So, I was raised Christian, so I was
Me too.
baptized, yeah, baptized at 13 around there, and we do full immersion baptism. Seventh-day
Mhm.
Adventist is how I was raised.
Okay.
So right after that baptism, it's in a pool area inside of the church, so everyone's able to watch. You're indoors. They put a little cloth over your face and they baptize you
Mhm.
into full immersion. You go backwards and you come back up and everything's wet. So, and I remember getting this beautiful feeling inside of me, and all I could think of to equate it to was the Holy Ghost, because that's what you're taught in in church and in school. Like for us, we went to church on Saturdays, so it was like Saturday school instead of Sunday school. But whatever your genre is, how you were raised or how you practice now, it was the light of God basically in like connecting into me. And it
Mhm.
lasted for a good 2 hours, and it was just I just felt giddy and light and fun, and it was
Mhm.
fantastic. And it did eventually wear away, but I never forgot the feeling. And then there was a couple years later, maybe 20 years later, I woke up. I was living in my own apartment at the time, sleeping in my own aura, which is important for projectors, which we'll have a whole video about that another time. But I woke up and I felt that giddy feeling again,
Mm.
that light of source, juicy, yummy, warm, just, and it was, it almost felt like an NDE, which I've never had before, but I know other people have, and maybe someone in the audience has had one near that death experience. And it just was like, I didn't want it to go, but it like eventually faded. It's like someone was pulling the rope away from me. And when I went to work that day, I had a friend that could see auras, and he always said that he would see like a purple aura on me, which he doesn't see often. And that day, he saw a blue aura right here in my third eye. And he was
Mm.
looking at me like this, like, so I knew something was happening because he was, like he doesn't look like that all the time. Like his face said it all. So I knew something had happened, like some sort of residual was left on me. So roll it back to today. Right now, I do subscribe to Lori Ladd and her teachings, and right now she teaches a lot about allowing the light of God just to come into you, to
Mhm.
nourish you, to fill you up and to, cycle through you. And she
Mhm.
talks about it a lot on her social media. So it's very interesting. And she also has this huge connection with Yeshua now. And she toggles back and forth with Yeshua and Jesus. A lot of us know the differences, the nuances. The J wasn't really around until well after the Bible was written, things like that. But she talks about communicating with Jesus, and she says that what the focus is right now is just to let the light of God in. and not necessarily to do the Akashic record clearing, which I think is also very important. But I've been doing both. So doing the Akashic record clearing, the purging, and also letting this light of God in me. And I can feel the giddiness. You won't feel the day one. You won't feel like the Holy Spirit inside of you. But as you do it over time, it compounds and you start to feel this like giddy hee hee. Nothing can phase me. My kids spill something at dinner time. I'm like, let's just clean it up. There's no, it's really fantastic. So I wanted to connect that and my recent experiences to what you do with the Prism light therapy and how that connects to it to each other.
Absolutely. I mean, I think you can connect anything to anything.
Yeah.
Everything is connected in some way, shape, or form. But I also grew up in the Christian home, Southern Baptist, so a little different, and
Yeah.
then bounced around a few different non-denominational experiences. And I was also baptized in the same way around the age of 12, I believe. And so I don't remember the feeling. I have blocked a lot of my childhood, so we're still uncovering a few layers there. But it definitely has that feeling of like that giddy, that bliss, that contentedness where you're just so secure right where you are in this now moment, nothing can phase you.
Yeah.
So that is going to become the every moment of every day. And so we're reaching towards that, right? Just in every step that we take. Yeah, as an extension of God source creator energy, the Holy Spirit is like that direct line of connection
Mhm.
to that. And it's always with us. It's just we recognize it more so than others. And then, of course, those who have never integrated that, those might be more of the NPC or um, what were narcissists, things like that, pulling from different energies. So I'll just leave that aside for now, but just to mention that it's not, you know, straight across the board with our older reality that we're moving out of.
Mhm.
And it's been a while since I've listened to Lori Ladd, but I used to watch some of her things as well. And so when I tune into the prism light, it's the most pure form of energy that I've been able to experience directly from source through um, that third eye connection, which also is moving into the heart energy as well. And it's directed by, what I see through my higher self and the client's higher self. And then it just goes and does what it needs to. We just have to allow it to. That beautiful light energy and its full spectrum light codes. It's everything that we need to fully restore the true essence, the true divine blueprint of who we are. And that's why we're going to all be self healers. We're just grabbing onto that energy, that pure energy versus that heavy, that dense, the old, the programs, the systems like that. That's not prism light. It's all, I mean, everything's mixed together, but we're clearing that out, filtering it out to be purified.
Yeah.
Um, because it almost looks like a goldish white light coming in, and then it just like the um that Pink Floyd prism where it just turns
Mhm.
into the rainbow off the other side of that triangle.
Yeah.
That happens when it moves through. And the light also goes through the Akashic records. It goes where it needs to.
Mhm.
And so I call it an Akashic record sweep. Like, okay, I'm seeing all these flashes of your story, and we're going to cleanse those. It moves through the emotions, it moves through the physical vessel, it moves through wherever it needs to go because it's quantum, it's infinite, it's everywhere.
It is. It's so, yeah, it is. It's all those things and more and juicy and you just want to feel it all the time. I know I felt it when, after giving birth to our son and then just
Mhm.
looking into his eyes, even the next day, after the next day, what this day two of his life
Mhm.
on Earth, just looking into his eyes, I just had that
Mhm.
same hit, that giddy, wonderful, oxytocin filled hit of
Mhm.
juiciness. And it didn't feel 100% like the Holy Spirit, but it was very close. And that's, I think that's why the work that I do and the work that you do, it just keeps you coming back because it's just
Mhm.
so yummy. I think in a lot of people don't want to call it the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit because that might be a little bit more traditionally religious. I've
Right.
heard God particle.
Mhm.
You are incorporating prism light, which I think is also very similar. So
Mhm.
whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
there and it's available to you. And it is a beautiful connection that we all have access to. And it's great to go to a practitioner that can lead you through into that. And it's
Mhm.
also great to look in the mirror and before you go to bed or when you wake up and say, I really love you, Dayna. I love you. I love, appreciate, and approve of you. Like taking
Mhm.
on what Louise Hay did in healing yourselves.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
no,
Love her
whatever
work.
it looks like, whether it's coming to you through a practitioner or someone, or you're doing it
Mhm.
yourself, it's there for you. And I think
Mhm.
that builds up our worthiness, and that's what we need to get into that next step, that next great
Mhm.
awakening, the abundance coming in, all of the things that we're waiting for. It's really
Mhm.
there. We're gearing up
Mhm.
for it. I mean, I feel like it's
Yeah.
going to happen this year. It's very close.
Yes, it does feel like we're so close. And I was telling somebody too, the brighter that you are shining, the more that that cascades to everyone around you. You think about a good friend of yours across the world, it will help to activate them. You just don't even realize how much that light energy through source, higher self, that whole connection, oversoul, when whatever you're pulling from directly from that source energy, it's just magnifying out just by feeling it, experiencing it. It's like a little microburst of energy that just goes out to the collective, and they probably feel a little smidge of it, and they have no idea what they're feeling, but it's there for them.
Yeah.
It's there for all of us, just to say, okay, just ask for it to come in. So if you're like, I don't feel any of that, like, it's okay. Just ask to be shown just a little bit, and then a little bit more. And then you'll just start to feel this new sense of peace and knowingness and just safety energy as well. More groundedness, all the things that come with that.
Yeah, it is so beautiful. And it's there for everyone. It's
Yeah,
not just for certain people, or that's how we were
exactly.
trained in the past. It's just for the
I know.
priests and the
Funny.
pastors.
I
Yeah.
said that too today too. It's like we're piggybacking on all these things that came into sessions. But yeah, exactly. There's no, like, people want to have the hierarchy. I just know more than you, and looking to any sort of professional or anybody for a higher truth because you know that. You have that inside of you.
Mhm.
Just finding it. That's all we're doing right now.
Yeah, it's so good. And I'm so glad that we get to chat today, Amelia, because it's been, I know a lot of us that watch these videos and consume your work, Richard's work, Honey's work, Alisa's work. The
Hmm.
videos are there. And even though we are producing a video, I love just binge watching sometimes those videos because I'm getting
Hmm.
that conversation that I don't really get to have on a daily basis. Because I am surrounded by a lot of beautiful, unawakened normies, but it's okay. I don't want
Yes.
to
Yes.
be
Me
mean.
too. Me
Yeah.
too.
And we're placed
Yeah.
here for a reason. We're on the grid,
Hmm.
creating some sort of grid.
Hmm.
We'll see it when we see it, where we're not necessarily as close to our soul tribe as we would like to be,
Right.
but we're able to connect. So these
Hmm.
moments, these conversations, they're priceless. And I get to enjoy it when I see, you and Honey speaking, when Honey and Abby are speaking, or just whoever
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
having a conversation like this. Anina, there's so
Hmm.
many. I'm sure I'm missing some
I
name.
know. I
Yeah.
know. So many. We're
So
connecting so
good.
much more right now. And I get a lot of positive feedback doing my daily short videos. People are like, I like seeing those every day. It just really helps me with that. Da, da, da. I'm like, okay, that's why I was probably guided to do it. It's if it's helping one person, then it's worth all the extra time to do so.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, which I love doing. So,
Good. Yeah. So
yeah.
for those of you watching, if you have any ideas about purging, please put them in the comments below. I'm
Hmm.
sure as we read through them, we can get some great ideas. And of course, my links are in the comments below and also on
Hmm.
Amelia's. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we love connecting with all of you, even if you're just watching quietly or commenting or whatever. We're so grateful for you. I'm speaking for you, but
Go
I'm
ahead.
not trying to, but I just know you are. Um, I'm so grateful to connect with all of you guys too, and it's just gonna be amazing moving forward. So let's keep that intention going.
That's right. Yes. So yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up now, but we are working on another video together.
Mhm.
The topic, spoiler alert, is human design, which is a very hefty topic when it comes to the research. So it's taken a little bit longer for us to
Yeah,
roll it out, but we'd love to
yeah.
talk about that, how we interact with human design and how we interact with children, with spouses, things
Mhm.
like that. To me, it's very
Mhm.
interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Mhm. Very good. Well, thank you so much, Amelia. This has been fantastic. Been great.
Thank you. Thank you too. And yes, hope you guys have a lovely, lovely moment whenever you're watching this.
Yes. Love
So,
you.
love you guys.